The clock on your wall is not just measuring time, it is counting down the remaining pieces of who you were supposed to become. You sit there, breathing, existing, perhaps even succeeding by the shallow standards of people who do not know the weight of your private shame. But you know the truth. You are a ghost inhabiting a life you haven't earned. You feel the itch under your skin, that low-frequency hum of restlessness that tells you the version of you currently occupying your clothes is a placeholder, a temporary fix for a permanent problem. We tell ourselves that there is always a tomorrow, a next week, a distant someday, when the stars will align and the fear will vanish. But the stars are indifferent, and the fear is the only thing that is actually real. It is the only thing honest enough to tell you that you are drifting. You are a ship with no anchor, convinced that because you are moving, you are going somewhere. But you are just being pushed by the tide, and the tide does not care if you hit the rocks. You look in the mirror, and you see a face that is starting to set into a permanent mask of fine. You say you are fine because the alternative is to admit that you are terrified of how much of your life has already slipped through your fingers like dry sand. You remember the person you were 10 years ago, full of a specific kind of fire, a certainty that you would be the exception to the rule. Now, you are the rule. You are the statistic. You are the person who talks about what they used to want to do while the coffee gets cold and the sun sets on another day you didn't actually use. This isn't about productivity or hustle or the hollow slogans you see on glowing screens. This is about the visceral, sickening realization that your potential is a dying animal. It is starving because you refuse to feed it anything but excuses and the cheap dopamine of distraction. You have become an expert at burying the noise of your own soul. You drown it in noise, in work that doesn't matter, in conversations that leave you feeling emptier than when they began. Think about the silence when you lie down at night. That is when the truth catches up. It sits on your chest and asks you what you did today that justified your heartbeat, and you have no answer. You have a list of tasks completed, a few moments of laughter that didn't reach your eyes, and a profound sense that you are waiting for a permission slip that is never going to come. No one is coming to save you. No mentor is going to appear out of the mist to hand you the keys to your own kingdom. The door is already unlocked, but you are staying in the cell because you have grown fond of the walls. You have mistaken comfort for safety. You think that by avoiding the pain of growth you are protecting yourself, but you are actually just ensuring that the pain of regret will be absolute. Regret is a slow poison. It doesn't kill you all at once, it just makes every joy feel slightly muted, every achievement feel like a lie, until you're an old person wondering where the real part of your life went. You are addicted to the idea of a fresh start. You wait for the first of the month, the first of the year, the Monday that never quite feels right. You treat your life like a rehearsal, as if there is a main performance coming later, but the curtains are already up. People are watching. You are watching. And the performance is mediocre. It is safe. It is predictable. You have traded your edge for a seat at a table you don't even like. You tell yourself you are being practical, that you are being mature, but maturity is not the death of the spirit. It is the refinement of it. What you have is not maturity, it is a slow surrender. You have let the world convince you that your restlessness is a defect rather than a compass. That ache in your chest is the only part of you that is still truly alive, trying to scream through the layers of compromise you have wrapped around it. Every time, why? You say tomorrow, you are committing a small act of suicide. You are killing the version of you that could have started today. You are making a bet with a God you don't believe in that you will be granted more time, when you haven't even proven you can handle the time you have. Look at your hands. They are capable of building things, of tearing things down, of holding the weight of a purpose. Instead, they hold a phone. They hold a remote. They hold on to the edges of a life that is too small for you. You are afraid of the work. You are afraid of the isolation that comes with choosing a different path. You are afraid that if you actually try, you might fail, and then you would have to face the fact that you aren't as special as you told yourself you were, so you don't try. You stay in the middle. You stay in the lukewarm water where it's comfortable enough to keep you from moving but cold enough to keep you from dreaming. The most dangerous lie you believe is that you have time. You see the years ahead of you as an infinite stretch of road, but the road is shorter than you think and there are holes in it you can't see. You are closer to the end than you were when you started reading this. That should make your blood run cold. It should make you want to stand up and scream at the ceiling. Instead, you will probably finish this, feel a brief flicker of something resembling resolve, and then go back to the same habits that have kept you trapped in this cycle of quiet desperation. You will go back to the people who mirror your own stagnation because they make you feel less alone in your failure. You are surrounding yourself with shadows and wondering why it's so dark. You claim you want change, but you don't want the friction that comes with it. You want the butterfly without the cocoon. You want the strength without the iron. You want to be awakened without the terrifying realization of how long you've been asleep. Spiritual awakening is not a peaceful walk in the woods. It is a violent dismantling of everything you thought you knew about yourself. It is the death of the ego, and death is never comfortable. You are clinging to a version of yourself that is already dead, dragging the corpse around and wondering why life smells like decay. You have to let it go. You have to be willing to be nobody for a while so that you can become who you were actually meant to be. But you are too proud for that. You are too worried about what the other ghosts will think. There is a version of you that exists in a parallel reality, the version that didn't flinch. That version of you is not smarter, not more talented, not luckier. They just refused to negotiate with their own weakness. They decided that the pain of discipline was infinitely preferable to the shame of cowardice. When you think about that version of yourself, it shouldn't inspire you, it should haunt you. It should be the ghost that stands at the foot of your bed and mocks your excuses. Because that person was possible. That person was you, minus the hesitation. And every day you spend in this state of paralysis, the gap between you and that person grows wider until eventually, they will be a stranger you no longer recognize. You are waiting for a sign. You are waiting for the universe to tap you on the shoulder and tell you it's time. But the silence is the sign. The lack of intervention is the message. The universe is waiting to see what you will do with the silence. It is not going to push you. It will simply watch you wither if that is what you choose. Gravity doesn't care if you fall or fly, it just provides the tension. You have interpreted that tension as a reason to stay down. You have mistaken the pressure of existence for a weight you aren't meant to carry. But the weight is what gives you form. Without it, you would just float away, a meaningless vapor in a world of solid things. Stop looking for a way out and start looking for a way through. The exit is the entrance. The thing you are most afraid of doing is the very thing that will set you free, but you keep walking around it, looking for a shortcut that doesn't exist. You want a map, but the map is only drawn after you've walked the path. You want certainty in a world that only offers probability. You are paralyzed by the fear of making the wrong choice, so you make no choice, which is the worst choice of all. It is the choice to remain a spectator in your own life. It is the choice to let the clock run out while you are still sitting on the sidelines complaining about the lighting. Discipline is not a chore, it is a form of self-respect. If you cannot keep a promise to yourself, you are a servant to your whims. You are a leaf in the wind. You have no center. You have no core. You are just a collection of reactions to external stimuli. Someone says something and you get angry. Someone shows you something and you get jealous. Someone offers you a distraction and you take it. Where are you in all of this? Where is the I that is supposed to be in charge? It is buried under layers of social conditioning and fear. You have become a person who is easy to manage, easy to predict, and easy to forget. You think you are being deep because you feel the pain of the world, but your pain is useless if it doesn't lead to action. Empathy without agency is just a slow way to drown. You feel the weight of the years, the lateness of your start, and you use it as a reason to give up. You say, "It's too late now, I've missed my window." That is the ultimate coward's exit. It is a way to protect yourself from the effort of trying. If it's too late, you don't have to work. If it's too late, you can just wallow. But it is only too late when the heart stops. Until then, the lateness is just a story you tell yourself to justify your lethargy. It is a lie you tell to make the stagnation feel like a tragedy instead of a choice. The world doesn't need more people who are trying their best. The world needs people who are willing to be uncomfortable. People who are willing to look at their own reflections and admit that they have been lazy, dishonest, and small. You have to be willing to be the villain in your own story for a moment so that you can become the hero later. You have to admit that you have wasted time. You have to admit that you have let people down. You have to admit that you have let yourself down. Only when you stop lying to yourself can the real work begin. But the lying is so comfortable. It's a warm blanket that keeps the cold truth out. You are afraid of the dark, but it is in the dark that things grow. You are afraid of the silence, but it is in the silence that you can finally hear the instructions. You are afraid of being alone, but you are already alone. You are surrounded by people, yet you are the only one who can feel the specific texture of your own emptiness. No one can bridge that gap for you. No one can breathe for you. No one can take the first step for you. You are standing on the edge of a cliff, waiting for someone to push you. but the wind is still. The air is heavy. The only thing that is going to move you is the realization that staying where you are is more dangerous than jumping. The pressure is increasing. Can you feel it? It's the sound of the seconds ticking away, each one a tiny hammer hitting a nail into the coffin of your potential. You have a finite number of heartbeats left. One of them will be your last, and you don't know which one it is. It could be 10 years from now, or it could be 10 minutes from now. If it were 10 minutes from now, would you be proud of the person who is about to die? Would you be satisfied with the legacy of almost and not quite? Or would you be filled with a screaming, blinding rage at how much you left on the table? That rage is what you should be feeling right now. Not a polite, intellectual concern, but a visceral, bone-deep fury at your own complacency. You have been asleep with your eyes open. You have been walking through your life like a tourist, looking at the sights but never actually touching the ground. You are waiting for the right moment, but the right moment is a myth invented by people who are afraid to act. There is only this moment, and it is already fading. It is already becoming the past. You are a collection of past moments, and if most of them are empty, then you are empty. You are a hollow vessel, but you can change the contents. You can start pouring something different into the jar. It won't be easy. It will be the hardest thing you've ever done, because it requires you to fight the most dangerous enemy you will ever face. Your own habits. Your habits are the architecture of your failure. They are the grooves in the record that keep the needle playing the same sad song over and over. You have to break the record. You have to scratch the surface until the music stops. You have to be willing to live in the dissonance for a while. It will be loud. It will be chaotic. You will feel like you are losing your mind. But you are actually just finding it. You are stripping away the static. You are getting back to the signal. And the signal is telling you to move. It is telling you that the time for thinking is over. The time for figuring things out is a luxury you can no longer afford. You have figured it out. You know what you need to do. You've always known. You just didn't want to do it. You are waiting for inspiration, but inspiration is for amateurs. The professionals show up when they don't feel like it. They show up when they are tired, when they are doubting themselves, when the world is telling them to stop. They show up because they have a contract with themselves that cannot be broken. You have been breaking your contracts for years. You have been a bad business partner to your own soul. You have lied, cheated, and stolen from your future self to pay for the comforts of your present self. And your future self is going to arrive one day, bankrupt and broken, and ask you why you did this to them. What will you say then? What excuse will be big enough to cover the hole you've dug? The truth is, most people will never change. Most people will stay in the gray zone until they fade away. They will watch videos like this, feel a spark of recognition, and then go back to their distractions. They will tell themselves they get it, but they won't do anything with it. They will remain part of the 99 who exist only to provide a backdrop for the one who actually live. You are probably one of them. You are probably looking for the exit already, looking for a reason to dismiss this as too dark or too intense. You want the version of motivation that tells you you're doing great just the way you are. But you aren't. You're failing. You're losing. And the worst part is you're losing to a version of yourself that doesn't even exist yet. The fire is starting to burn. It's small, but it's there. You can feel it in the back of your throat. It's the taste of truth. It's the realization that you cannot unhear this. You cannot go back to the way things were before you admitted how much you've been wasting. The door has been left open, and the cold air is coming in. You can try to close it, you can try to pretend you didn't see the light outside, but you will always know it's there. You will always know that there is a world beyond your excuses. You are standing in the doorway, and the shadow you're casting is long. The sun is going down. The transition is happening. What you do in the next 5 minutes will matter more than what you've done in the last 5 years. Don't look for a conclusion. There is no happily ever after in this script. There is only the ongoing struggle between the person you are and the person you could be. The tension is the point. The discomfort is the fuel. If you feel resolved, you've missed the message. You should feel unsettled. You should feel like there is a task you've left unfinished. You should feel the weight of the open door. The silence is coming back now. It's waiting for your response, not your words, not your comments, not your likes. It's waiting for your life. The clock is still ticking. It hasn't stopped. It's just getting quieter, which means you have to listen harder. Listen to the sound of your own heartbeat. It's a drum. It's a war drum. And the war is with the mirror, The shadows in the room are getting longer. You are still sitting there. The world is continuing to turn, oblivious to your internal crisis, but you are not oblivious anymore. You are awake, and that is the most terrifying place to be, because now you have no excuse. Now every second you spend in inaction is a deliberate choice to fail. You are no longer a victim of circumstance, you are a volunteer for your own destruction. The quiet fire is burning in the corner of your mind. It won't go out unless you smother it with more lies, or you can let it grow until it consumes everything that isn't real. The choice is yours, but remember, the silence that follows this will be the loudest thing you've ever heard. It will follow you into the next room. It will sit with you at dinner. It will wait for you in the dark. You are still here. Why? Are you waiting for a final word? A grand summary? There isn't one. The story is yours to finish or to leave half written. The pen is in your hand, but your hand is shaking. Good. It should shake. It means you understand the stakes. It means you finally realize that this isn't a game. This is the only life you get, and you're currently burning it for warmth. The door is still open. The wind is still cold. The path is still unmasked. You can stay in the doorway and talk about the view, or you can step out into the night and see if you can survive the walk. Either way, the sun will come up tomorrow, and you will be one day closer to the end. What are you going to do when the screen goes dark? What are you going to do when there is no one left to tell you what to feel? The silence is coming. It's almost here. And in that silence, you will finally be alone with the person you've been avoiding your whole life. I hope you have something to say to them. I hope you have a reason for why you stayed so long in the dark. But mostly, I hope you're ready for what happens next, because the time for talking has already passed. The air is thinning. The pressure is absolute. The mirror is waiting.